5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start. The shift from landlines to smartphones represents a profound transformation in the way society communicates, interacts, and lives its day-to-day life. Landlines, once the primary tool for communication, were integral to both personal and professional interactions for much of the 20th century. They offered a sense of permanence and reliability, with a fixed connection that people could rely on for conversations. At their peak, landlines were not just a means to speak to someone, but they also represented the broader landscape of telecommunication, an era where communication was often confined to specific locations, tied to a physical structure within a home or office. This fixed nature defined the rhythm of daily life, calls had to be planned, and the act of answering the phone was an event in itself. However, as technology progressed and society's demands for mobility and convenience grew, this once dominant communication device began to fade from the forefront. The smartphone, a highly versatile tool, revolutionized the communication landscape in ways previously unimaginable. Where landlines provided a fixed point of connection, the smartphone became a personal, portable gateway to global connectivity. The shift was gradual, with early mobile phones acting as a supplement to the traditional landline, providing more convenience but still maintaining the need for a fixed counterpart. As mobile phones evolved, they transitioned from simple devices for voice calls to sophisticated gadgets that combined voice, text, internet access, and multimedia capabilities into a single, compact device. This transformation was not merely technological, it was cultural. Smartphones enabled a level of mobility and flexibility that landlines could not offer. People were no longer tethered to one location, and communication could occur anytime and anywhere, reshaping how social relationships, business practices, and even personal identities were built. One of the key factors in this shift was the development of digital technology. Unlike the analog signals of landlines, which were limited in scope and capacity, digital networks allowed for more robust and diverse types of communication. This opened the door for instant messaging, video calls, social media platforms, and even real-time location tracking, all accessible from the palm of one's hand. As the smartphone became more integrated into daily life, its capabilities expanded beyond basic communication. It became a personal assistant, entertainment hub, payment system, and source of news and information. The rise of smartphones also led to significant changes in how businesses operated and how people interacted with brands, services, and even their own work environments. With the proliferation of apps, the smartphone became a central tool for both personal and professional tasks. Email, once primarily accessed via a desktop computer, could now be checked on the go, allowing individuals to stay connected with work, family, and friends at all times. Moreover, the smartphone enabled new forms of remote work, which were previously unimaginable with landline systems. The flexibility to work from almost any location transformed industries, from tech to retail to healthcare, creating new possibilities for global collaboration and a more dynamic workforce. In addition, the ability to shop, book services, and access information all through mobile apps added an unprecedented level of convenience to daily life. The decline of the landline also had an impact on social interactions. Before the rise of smartphones, conversations were largely limited to phone calls or face-to-face meetings, both of which were often scheduled in advance. The advent of smartphones brought about the rise of instant communication methods such as texting and messaging apps, changing the pace of human interactions. People could now communicate with each other instantly, anywhere, at any time, which blurred the lines between work and personal life and made communication more spontaneous. The sense of urgency and immediacy that accompanied these technologies created new expectations for how and when people should respond to one another. Moreover, smartphones introduced new challenges, such as the erosion of privacy and the increased dependency on technology. While landlines were relatively secure in terms of privacy, smartphones, with their constant connectivity to the internet, created new vulnerabilities. The need for constant updates, the rise of social media platforms, and the collection of personal data raised concerns over the extent to which people's lives were being monitored. Despite these challenges, the advantages of smartphones far outweighed their drawbacks for many. The transition from landlines to smartphones did not happen overnight, and in some regions or contexts, the landline still retains a presence. However, as the smartphone continued to evolve and integrate more aspects of daily life, it became clear that this shift represented more than just a change in technology, it was a societal transformation. The change in communication also had cultural implications. The shift to smartphones facilitated the globalization of communication. Language barriers were broken down through instant translation tools, and the ability to communicate across vast distances with minimal delay revolutionized the concept of community. The traditional notion of a neighborhood, where individuals could rely on physical proximity to stay in touch, was replaced with virtual communities and networks. Smartphones enabled people to form connections with others from all over the world, from different backgrounds and with different perspectives, fostering a more interconnected, if sometimes impersonal, global society. As society became more reliant on smartphones, landlines began to fade from both homes and businesses. The once familiar ringing sound of a landline phone became increasingly rare, replaced by the continuous ping of smartphone notifications. In fact, many individuals, especially those living in urban centers, began to question the need for landlines at all, given the capabilities of modern smartphones. The idea of being permanently available and connected without the constraints of a fixed location became an essential aspect of daily life. In conclusion, the shift from landlines to smartphones was not just a technological evolution, it represented a complete reimagining of how people communicate, work, and engage with the world around them. It reflected changes in societal expectations, business practices, and individual behavior. While landlines remain a symbol of the past, smartphones are the key to understanding the present and future of communication. Stop.